lead generation. It's kind of a loosely used term, in my opinion, but I want to hear yours. What an agent today who wants to build their business and they want to generate new business, how do they start? Give me the 5 steps the Steve Rodgers steps to lead generation.
Well, some of the stuff I'm going to talk about geared towards a new agent that you're going to talk about, it also right now applies to experienced agents. Because what I'm finding is many experienced agents are having to reinvent themselves right now. Many of the things they used to do are no longer working. And many of the things they used to do, they're not motivated to do them. Thus, their pipeline is down. So, number one, I think that there's a lot of different lead generations. And obviously, the easiest, most cost-effective way that people have gotten the buzzword is the internet, whether they're doing it from their websites or e-marketing or social networking. The problem is that internet leads have a very long incubation period. They are typically 2 to 3 to 4 times longer than a typical real estate lead we used to get in the business, i.e. open houses, i.e. sign calls. Obviously, the best lead you can ever get is a referral from a direct client. But I think what we have to do is make sure we're planning our daily schedules so we are planning our prospecting time and creating our pipelines. And my recommendation to anybody in the market right now is this is a buyer's market. I was watching the news the other night, and they had a property that was in North Park. It was probably underpriced. It was an REO, but they had 85 offers in 2 hours. Talk about buyers being in the marketplace. So if you are out doing open houses, and I know sometimes open houses seem passive, but if you're using open houses as a vehicle to promote online and in person how you can contact clients, I think that's a great vehicle to use. Now it sounds old and cliche, open houses, but in this day and age, your open house can be the reason to talk to people. You can send out e-marketing campaigns. You can put them on your social network. You can make sure that prior to doing your open house, you're going in neighborhoods and getting permissions from the clients to put signs in the yards, which is a face-to-face meeting. You can do the advertising in the paper that still is working in classified. I still do believe classified works. You can use Craigslist to make sure you're putting that on there. Every one of those, you can be posting your website and your blog site. And so the open house becomes an active reason to go out and connect with people. And then when you're at the open house, if you're getting live contact, face-to-face, eye-to-eye with people, and you're creating leads there, great. And if no one happens to walk in, which I don't think would be the case, use that time to prospect, do personal notes, do thank you notes, create your business plan, fine-tune your budget. So that, to me, is an activity that causes other activities to happen. It's low cost, it's high impact, and it's something that really can work. And it's sweat equity. And in our businesses right now, my opinion is it's more sweat equity than ever before because many people's coffers are low in money, and they don't have a lot of money to spend on their businesses right now.
Well, that's a great point. In fact, what I'm going to do is share it with the audience here. I wanted to have you guys see. On our call today, it looks like we have about 33% of you that have been in the business over 15 years. I'll call those my book people. That's awesome. So those of you who are in that, we know that we used to do this stuff before there was any internet, and we did it well. Now the customer is in control, so we have to change our game a little bit. Looks like about 19% between 9 and 15 years, 4 to 6 years is about another 26%, and there's about 7% of you that have been in the business less than 1 year. Now on the screen right now, Steve, is one of my signature graphs, and I just wanted to get your opinion of where the deals come from.
Okay.
We did a little analysis through our membership and using NARNCAR as part of the barometer.
Sure.
But we found that from our interviews with agents that 73.6% of the transactions currently come from people that they already know in their center of influence, friends and family. Another 19.1 in the neighborhood, what you just said, the open house, etc.
Yes.
And then it's 7.3% people they've never met before. So what I and we're going to talk about this in just a moment. The internet lead generation. I mean, right. I agree that the internet is a very powerful part of today's real estate business, but I think the myth is that it's used primarily to generate leads, when in reality it should be used to incubate clients.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So we're going to go ahead and move on here. And what I want to ask you is that, first of all, that open house strategy. One thing I heard you say, and I want everyone to take notes on this, the most important thing is to pick the right house, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is have no one show up. But as Steve said, you at least have activities that you can take advantage of. But you want to pick a good open house, even if it's not your own listing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You borrow a listing from someone else that's in a good area, priced right, that can generate traffic. Because no offense, but belly to belly, they call it, prospecting is the #1 method of prospecting.
Yes.
And then the next one is the phone. So as much as agents use the phone and use up all their minutes every month, they're a lot of times not using it for calling past customers.
Right.
They're using it to call for other things.
Right.
So that's another thing we're on the same page on. I like
Absolutely.
that. So it's nice to meet with someone that's actually been through the trenches to know that
it's actually done it.
Exactly.